Let's try this son of a bitch again. And see if we've got stuff working. Apparently, we're doing excellent. As per my stream health. The third time, this should have just been the second time. I think I know what happened, by the way, so I'm gonna talk about that in a minute. Once we get a couple of people in here. This is gonna be going back to the same thing, how I always complain how YouTube streaming is a piece of shit, and how I always talk about how much I like Twitch. Not the fact that there's snowflakes, but the actual platform itself, like the functionality of it from a technological standpoint. We're actually going to talk about that momentarily. Once we get a few more people in here. Raj, don't fuck around. Well, that's on your end, because I'm watching my stream, and there's no lag. I'm actually watching my stream from another computer, and it's perfectly fine. And I'm even watching it from my big screen TV on an Apple TV, and I can see my stream, so I know it's working. And I'm on a different network. Yeah, so everything is excellent, apparently. Can anybody else confirm that this shit is working fine or not? Yo. Haruki. My moderator. My second in command. How the fuck is the stream doing? Am I lagging? Like I have a speech impediment? Or is it working? Alright. It's working. Okay. So, I resub to WoW. Good for me. That's not even the main point now. I gotta talk about what just happened. Because I can actually explain why it happened. Let me just get out of here. I haven't played WoW subscribed in 3 months. I don't even know what in the holy blue pineapple is going on. Let me just get the fuck out of here first. Wow, I don't even remember. Convoke. No, that's not it. Nope. Let me just get the hell out of here. Hey Phil, I got the COVID. Well, that's not good. You can keep it though. Okay. Now let's try and relax. Because this shit's fucking pissing me off. So, the reason why the stream was lagging is because I think it was trying to stream me twice. So when... where do I even start? You know when people say, hey, how come your streams are always like years ahead of time? And I've explained that several times, but let me go ahead and explain it again. So what happens is when you go to stream on YouTube, okay? You've got two choices. Stream right now, like you click the stream button, go live, and bam, fly on shit. Right away you're streaming. And it names your stream after your channel. So like my channel name is Philminator, because my real name is Phil. I was in martial arts for years. And when I was doing really well, my sensei was like, wow, you're doing really well. I was like, I am. And he said I was like the Terminator. Because back then, the Terminator movie with Arnold Schwarzenegger back in the 90s was still in theaters. So I said, I'm better than the Terminator. Motherfucker, I'm the Philminator. So first of all, that's where my nickname came from. Moving along. So Philminator Livestream. If you ever see a stream that says Philminator Livestream, that's some lame, fucking pathetic, unoriginal title for a live stream. That's not me that does that. That's YouTube that does that automatically. So the other option you have, of course you can change it, is to go and schedule a live stream. Maybe you want to start tagging your live stream. Maybe you want to put a thumbnail in your live stream. And You want to add it to a certain playlist and all this kind of fancy googly guck that I do all the time. So I schedule the live stream because YouTube forces you to do so. So by default, it'll schedule you for 15 minutes. So what do you think used to happen? People used to come in and they would be like, bro, I waited around in your stream for 15 minutes, bro. You never came. I was like, no, it takes me a lot longer than 15 minutes to... Anyways, I'm not going to finish that sentence. But that was cringy, but I stand by it. So I started going, oh, I didn't know that because I never even looked at the time. So I was like, well, it schedules me for 15 minutes, so people are expecting me to show up in 15 minutes, and I'm always late. So I was like, wait, ain't that some bitch? I was like, why don't I schedule my shit for the furthest date YouTube will allow? Which, by the way, is 3 years, not 2. We're 2021. That's grade 1 math. Everybody keeps coming in going 2024 is in 2 years from now. I'm like, I dropped out of high school 20 years ago, but I could promise, or more than 20 years ago. Oh my God. I dropped out of high school like 25 years ago. Anyways, it's 3 years that you can schedule it ahead of time. So the joke is, when you see that my streams are scheduled for 3 years from the date, you're obviously not going to sit around for 3 years. No one's that fucking crazy. Because I don't have a choice. It forces you to schedule the stream. That's why I do that. That's why I do that weird thing that, you know, the first couple times people were like, oh, that's funny. Your stream's in like 2 or 3 years from now. And then people were like, dude, the joke's getting old. You're doing that all the time. I'm like, no, that's because people keep waiting around for me. And I'm not there. Because YouTube forces me to put a fucking date on my stream. I don't want to do that. Right? Not only that, last thing, and then I'll look at the chat. When you click on your live stream, there's another thing you've got to do before you even live stream on YouTube. You actually have to accept going live on YouTube. There's a big fat red button. I've shown people that before at the top right of the screen, and it'll say go live. So when I click on a stream, like I'm getting ready to stream, my software is not running. I'm not live. Yet it's telling everybody on YouTube that I'm live streaming when I'm not. So while I'm in the middle of going, okay, what should I do? Should I title it the same thing, use the same thumbnail? What tags am I going to use? Is this just going to be World of Warcraft? Should I put this in my World of Warcraft playlist? And I'm trying to prep my stream. I've got people coming in going, hey man, I've been here for 5 minutes, man. You going to start yet? I'm like, how the fuck does this mofo know I'm even in here? I'm not even live. It's not supposed to advertise that I'm prepping. Did you see what I'm saying? It's like getting ready for the live show, and people are there, you know, at your concert while you're rehearsing. What? That's not how it works, right? So those are all the reasons I'm shitting on YouTube. So I scheduled my stream, but then it tried to run my original default automatic stream. So that's why I was getting all the lag. Then while I was doing that, a bunch of people are popping into both of my streams, and I'm like, oh my God. Twitch doesn't do that. I have been consistent since day one. Fuck YouTube live streaming. But I still do it. Because I have a much bigger following on YouTube. And it does technically, believe it or not, help grow my channel a little bit. Twitch is a much better platform from a technological standpoint. YouTube and Twitch, they're both fucking cucks. You know what I mean? There's so many things you can't say and do in a stream or in an upload. They're both equally overly sensitive social justice warriors. So fuck them both for that. But in terms of the actual platform itself, Twitch is just more reliable. You don't get these accidental double streams. You can have it so that people that have just recently followed you can't chat. What does that do? No one can threaten other people with Molotov cocktails and grenades. You know what I'm saying? So yeah. Holy shit, I got 10 people in here. That's a big deal. Let me go hold off on the chat for a moment, and then I'll get into a little bit of this. I am subscribed. Wow, a lot of chat here. Okay. Wyatt, I hope you're feeling better. I'm recapping on what he said. He got the COVID-19. I told COVID not to come in. I said, Corona, I'm sorry, but I'm with another right now. Corona, I'm with Sabrina. Sabrina 19. Okay? I'm not into that menage a trois thing. That was probably a really cringy joke, but I thought it was funny. Eating a salad right now. No Mr. Noodles for you today. Parallel universe, the YouTube parallel universe. That's exactly what's going on. Raj, that sounds like a personal problem if you're lagging. You don't talk to your sensei like that. I know, but hey, you should have known how we spoke. It was a pretty unique friendship. Phil was a YouTuber for YouTube. I just didn't have the platform to showcase my so wonderful skills. Well, they should let you take your time. I know. Hello, Noah. How's it going? Black Ops 4 is the worst Black Ops game. Yeah, I mean, I wasn't a huge fan of it. Well, yeah, it said the stream starts in 2 years. It doesn't say 3 years. It says... Oh, that's weird. Oh, that's why people keep saying 2 years. Because I'm like, have I gone mental? You know what I mean? Because it's 2021, right? Like, I'm like, don't make me look at my phone. It's 2021, 22, 23, 24. That's 3 years. Why it says I'm going to stream it anyways. Now I know why people do that. Why did I drop out of high school, to be perfectly honest with you? Because I fucking hate school. And my best friend got murdered. And the on-site school psychologist told me that I was losing my mind and that I should take time away from school. This was way the hell back in like 1996, 97. School year. And I just never went back. I hustled, I worked, legally, illegally. Got in trouble with the law when I was younger. And now I'm staying out of trouble. So that's why I dropped out. It actually wasn't my choice originally, but it was my choice to remain dropped out. I fell out. You know, the hilltop was too far up. I was like, fuck it, I'm not climbing back up. Oh, man. Do you like Marvel? Yes. Trying to get caught up here. Oh, it's cool. Everybody loses people. But yeah, okay. So, for the time being, now that that's all out of the way, people understand the whole Twitch, YouTube thing. I don't know what's going on in here. So it's been a while since I've been here. I'm subbed. If I knew the subject matter that I was talking about. Because I was an assistant instructor in martial arts. So, I mean, I felt confident that I was okay at teaching so long as I knew what I was talking about. Okay, so what I'm going to do is actually pretty simple. Anima collected. The Sea of Souls. That's why we were doing that. Okay, then. The Sea of Souls. Oh, this is Suramar. What in the hell is that? No, I won't. I'm not gonna lie. I have zero motivation. I tried about a dozen years ago, but I'm like, listen, I'm on disability. I've been on disability half my life. Now I've been pushing really, really hard this YouTube thing. And even though I can barely get 2 digits in a live stream, I actually make half a decent little, you know, something on the side every month from YouTube. And it's actually starting to, eventually, it's going to replace my disability. I'm going to be able to be fully self-sustained, 100% financially free from doing this shit. Which is why I laugh every time someone comes in and goes, "Hey, you're such a loser. You just sit around." And I'm like, oh, okay, whatever. Yeah. So this is it. Me going to school isn't going to help this. There is no plan B. This is it. It's do or die. If I don't have this, there is nothing else. I'm not going to be the next late night talk show host. Jimmy Fallon, Jimmy Kimmel. My name's not Jimmy. I can't be a talk show host. I'd have to be a Jimmy. That was me trying to be funny again. Probably didn't work, but that's okay. Have you watched Endgame? Endgame of what? I have a feeling that's the name of the actual title. Okay, let me try and figure this out, sorry. It's been a long time since I've been here, but I didn't want to procrastinate, and I was like, you know what? Let me just do this. Night Fae campaign. No, that's probably not it. So we're going to get out of that. Let me go ahead and... Not quite leveling, but we'll do Shadowlands. Night Fae Covenant. Yeah, that one. Night Fae questline. Yeah, I'll go through that so I have a sense of direction. That way I don't have to think. We know what happens with me when I try to think. It just does not go well. Avengers Endgame. The movie? Yeah, I watched it. It was good. Oh, yeah. See how distracted I... Yes, I've watched those. But yeah. Like, I'm all for education. I'm all for, like, learning. I love learning. That's why I read the news. I keep up with current events just so I can be, like, you know what I mean? Not so self-consumed with just what goes on in my four walls. So I try to do that. I research. I read a lot. That's why I narrate patch notes. English isn't my first language. It's actually French. Je suis français, mes petits gars de tabarnak. Et alors j'aime exercer mon anglais par lire en anglais. So that's why I do a lot of the narration of patch notes as well in English. It just helps with the language. It helps me read, right? So those are all kind of like, you could almost say it's almost like schooling because you're practicing the language, right? And then if there's words I don't know, well, then I fucking Google it. The Oracle Google knows all. You know what I mean? So that's how I learn all these things. I kind of teach myself the important things of life that school won't teach you. High school's important. I've talked about that before. But come on now. I'm almost like a middle-aged man. I'm not going back to finish my grade 11 and 12. It's
I am quite busy, you know.
It's useless. I'm not going into politics or getting a government job or any of that shit. Like, I mean, let's be real. That's not happening. Adiz, how's it going? Long time no see. Canada's great value for well, when it comes to people speaking French, it is. Canada's French is the great value France, not the country itself. Mon petit Chris. No, it's the French in Canada's garbage. And I'm allowed to say that because it's shit. It's broken. I'm on disability. There is no getting a job. I mean, maybe part-time, right? Don't forget, I don't have a normal life. There's reasons why I'm on disability, right? If I could just go out, pick any job, I wouldn't be on the system, right? I am allowed to do things part-time, like this is considered part-time work. Although it's starting to pay almost full-time pay, right? So that's kind of cool. It wants me to go here. Turned in silk storage. Why do I have a feeling? Did I accept tough as silk? I'll have to go there anyways. This is going to be a little slow for a while. Potentially. Only because, like I said, it's been a long time since I've played like my actual subscribed character. What the hell? There we go.
Evil has no place in
So until I kind of get back into the groove of things, it might be a little bit wonky, like I said. So I don't know if I'm always going to stream. To be honest with you, I was not going to stream this like at all. Like not even close. For the simple fact of... Can you see what's going on? I have no idea what I'm doing. Okada fan, you're 51? Cool. You're learning French at the moment? My cat joined me to watch your videos. Meow, 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 meow. That meant welcome in cat language. Phil, guess how I found you? Through the power of the internet. Okada fan is 15. Jesus, come on now. Here's a guy that dropped out in grade 3 now. I'm 5, I'm 51, and now he's 15. He's time traveling. That's the only other explanation I have for this man. That's the only logical explanation I have for him having all these different ages. Ah, shit, man. I needed that. That was funny. I'm 5. I'm 51. What the hell? Or he hasn't decided. So at least you get to see the new area. It's something a little bit different. The reason I can't fly, just in case you're wondering, you're like, hey, I thought you said you could fly now that you're on your subscribed character. Well, what happens with that is pretty simple. The new expansion, when it comes out for the first while, you cannot fly in that zone. They want you to appreciate the whole area. So I would have to leave the current expansion's map and fly around. Which I might potentially do, but don't worry, it's different. There's no flight path this time. I can turn into a frickin' bird. You know what I'm saying? This is my druid now. This is like my main character here. This isn't like my this isn't my level 13 rogue here. This is like my, you know what I'm saying? This is my top dog, or my top bear, or my top cat, or anyways, you get the idea. How I found you is how to set up bots on COD and have no Wi-Fi at my house. Oh, okay. Maybe he's lying. Cool. Netflix. No. I don't pay for those things. Although I currently have a wicked deal on Crave right now because I watch South Park. My family is in chaos. All right. My mom came to my dad's house and she tried calling the cops on our property so the cops could take me. Oh boy, that doesn't sound like a good deal. What do you watch on Phil? What? What do I watch on Phil? I mean, what do I watch on Crave? Just South Park. That's all I do. South Park. South Park, Seinfeld, Friends. South Park, South Park, South Park. Seinfeld, Friends. That's my TV at night. I don't watch anything else. Nothing else entertains me. I just don't like watching TV that much, to be honest with you. North Park is north of South Park. It's actually in the mountains of Colorado. It's actually in the mountains where the Yetis live. They live in North Park. So this is very, very, very relaxing, kosher. Again, I am subscribed to the World of Warcraft. This is an actual, like, real deal here. And it feels good. I'm stressed, but it feels good. Do you know what I mean? Like, I don't know how well this is going to work. Like I said, with the grind and all that. This is retail. This is not classic. I'm not a masochist. But I figured, you know what? I would actually be semi-productive. Just subscribe. There's not much going on for the month of March. Like, at all. There's, like, not really any games I want or anything like that. So I was like, let me just do this and see what happens. Literally. Do a couple of quests. Kind of get back into the swing of things. I think right now, one of the most important things for me to do is to get caught up on the campaign. That's the end game for World of Warcraft, Shadowlands. expansion. I'm only on chapter 2 of 9 because, again, when the game launched, like the expansion launched, right? I started it and I went balls to the wall, and then they hit the wall. They bounced off, fell on the ground, and I never picked them back up. That was actually kind of funny. I'm proud of myself. I just kind of made that up on the spot. You know that expression? Anyways, if I have to explain it, forget it. So yeah, so I'm just kind of checking this out a little bit. And we'll see how it goes. They're divorced and she just likes to start fight. And I got clear. I'm a live with my dad. So she gets the point. That lady. Which lady? Your mother, you mean? Is literally crazy. Pretty much. All right. So I'm only going to do this for a little bit. Because this might take a while. But I like I said, I wanted to get a taste for this. To see how long the questing is. And it was more to kind of find my footing, if you know what I mean by that. Because it's been like, what, 3 months since I've played. And I just had no idea, like, where I left off. You know, you look at your quest log and you're, holy shit, you know what I mean? I was kind of, like, overwhelmed. And that's what happens with this game. The longer you take breaks from the game, it could kind of turn you off. But I've talked about this game so much, it was probably driving people crazy. I just had to give myself another taste. Alright. Collect 2 heartbeat. I'll probably just do like a little bit of this quest. Just something really simple, laid back. There's no PvP here. Because I am in a world that's got no PvP. Because by this point, people are probably so geared up that I'd probably get my face fucking smashed in pretty fast. Look at the... whoa, whoa, whoa. I got this. Do not ban him. Do not ban him. He says, and I quote, I won't say his name because his name alone is racist. You traitor. You support Black Lives Matter. You goddamn right I fucking support Black Lives Matter. You're actually the reason why the movement has to exist. Right? If people weren't racist to begin with, there would have to be no movement. So the irony is all the people bitching about Black Lives Matter are all racist pieces of dog shit. And if they weren't such racist pieces of dog shit, there would have never been a need to have the BLM. Think about that for a moment. Yeah, but again, this is to showcase this kind of stuff, which is what I was talking about earlier. It happens all the time. This happens all the time. It doesn't bother me because I'll just address it. I'll just call it out like it needs to. It's really not that complicated. Do you know what I mean? You address it and you move on. Especially when it's racism. If it was just like a troll, like, bitch, I'm gonna throw a Molotov through your grenade, or through your... Wow. I'm gonna throw a Molotov through your grenade. Throw a Molotov cocktail through your window like a grenade or whatever. That's different. That I have to learn to just start, like, ignoring, because it's time consuming. But I'm also a very small streamer. So I have a little bit more time. It's not like there's 1,000 people in here, right? But when there's racists like that, fuck them. I don't mind dealing with them for a minute. Telling them to fuck off. Essentially. And watch how angry they get. I'm a traitor. Ooh. Well, of course I'm a traitor. To a racist fucking Nazi, of course I'm a traitor. Right? Neo-Nazis would fucking hate my ass. But I don't care. Because the feeling's mutual. Like, I don't care. That's fucking hilarious. But yeah, let's not get too political. Sometimes I allow that shit. Usually near the end of the stream. But for now, we're gonna drop any mentions of big names. We already know where I stand on that. But to me, addressing racism is not political, because that's fucking dumb. When I hear people go, "Don't talk about politics," and I'm like, racism isn't political. There should be no debate, regardless of what your political stance is. There should be no racism to begin with, whether you're left or right or somewhere in the fucking middle. You know what I mean? It's not a political issue. You thought people joined Black Lives... So no, of course not. Those are looters. There's a difference between looters that support a good movement and not being able to separate the bad deed that they did. That's what's dangerous. So are there some people that support Black Lives Matter that did some naughty things? Well, of course there is. But you don't shit on the entire movement because of a few bad apples. That's the problem with society. Then what you'll end up having as well, and then we're going to drop it for now, because I'm trying to be in a good mood now, is you'll have fake people that don't like a movement that'll pretend like they support a movement, and then they'll go and cause a bunch of havoc, so that you have what just happens right there. People thinking that a certain group are nothing but like terrorists or something like that. Happens all the time. Remember, no one's ever perfect, right? You can have people that are in a gang. That doesn't mean they're all murderers. You can have police officers, but that doesn't mean they're all saints and out for your better interest either, right? That's probably my best example, is there's bad apples everywhere. Plain and simple. You don't support anything. Will you watch Zack Cinder? I don't know who that is, to be honest. I throw... Oh, we got... It's the same... See? Right there. I'm glad MLK's... He's not with Satan, you dumb shit. So right there, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, I present to you Exhibit A. Another reason, we're going to take a moment, why I don't like YouTube. Okay? Because you cannot prevent people from coming in. You can't block them by IP. There's no control. On Twitch, again, you can have it so that there has to be a time frame for which a person has been following you / subscribe to you before they can interact in the chat. Adolfo says, I am an African American. Oh, cool. Myself. But it isn't. But isn't racist to Chinese people, or I don't... Which part's not I'm confused. I must have missed something that was said before. Oh, really? Well, yeah, because sometimes there's stereotypes, right? When I was really young, I didn't have a hateful heart, but I used to have some prejudice-like stereotypes of certain people because of that whole stereotype thing, where it keeps getting said over and over again. Everybody says it. It sort of becomes like the norm, where everybody says it and nobody speaks out against it. And you joke about it even though you're not maliciously having any hate. But then as time goes on, you start to go, oh, would you look at that? Oh, that's nasty. right? So he's the director. No scene from a movie scares me. Yeah, that's bullshit, Cody. That's propaganda again. Black Lives Matter isn't saying that all the other races are worthless. Now, does that mean it's impossible that there's a select few that support the movement don't feel that way? Oh, of course it's possible, right? But that doesn't speak to what the main core message is. So, I forget now what he was saying. Alfonso, what was the thing that you were saying that you don't think is racist? I was confused. But anyhow, do you see my point, though, with Twitch? That's why I like Twitch more. Yeah. Jerome. Lipson. I have no idea. Well, I mean, I probably do have a few ideas, but... Maple syrup and bacon. That's what it's known for. Like I said, if people are desperate to find out where I live, it's really not that hard to find. I won't go out of my way to advertise it, but I mean, if you find out on your own, you find out on your own. I mean, the fucking front door's right over there. Come on in. I've had, well, maybe not thousands, but probably hundreds of people that have claimed they were going to come right in through the front door. I'm still waiting. I haven't seen anything yet. Not too sure how my dogs are going to take to that. But, now, I'm not saying that that's what this person's doing. I'm just saying because I don't know them. There are people sometimes that try to be suave, and they'll ask questions thinking that I'll accidentally divulge some information that they're fishing for, and I'm like, come on, dude. If you want to find that out, use fucking Google. I'm really not that hard to find at all. It just shows you that people can't do their research. If that's what's going on. I'm just assuming now because, you know, of what's been going down in the stream today. What besides wealth do you never have enough of? Well, I have a one-track mind. It's all about money. Straight up. Money. Without money, you have limited freedom. I can't take as good care of myself if I don't have the money that I need to sustain medication, proper eating regime, a means of transportation to be able to get around to go see my doctor, that kind of shit. So me, I'm all about the money. I was gonna say I'm all about the green, like, get it, money, green, but in Canada, our money's not green. It's like multiple different fucking colors. It's blue, it's pink, it's purple, it's brown. So I'm all about the rainbow, I guess? Big Lip Mick. Why do I have a bad feeling about this guy? I eats watermelons. Oh boy. Here we go. Phil, have you ever been to a what the fuck is that? A raccoon cafe? What's Jerome? I don't know who this Jerome is. I'm watching him. What's something you've done that you would try to dissuade anyone from doing? Taking over the world. Don't be so greedy. Just take a piece of it. Let other people have other parts of the world. It's too much work to maintain. Now, if you want a serious answer, which is what I'm not sure you were looking for, is getting into drugs and alcohol and smoking cigarettes and breaking the law repeatedly. And, like, I could just go on, right? Because I'm not perfect. There's a lot of shit. I could write a book on things I would tell people, I wouldn't do that if I were you. Okay, so it wants me to cross... Oh, there we go. So I'm actually being semi-productive. Not overly, but I'm slowly getting some quests done. I just have to figure out how to get up there. Raccoon or cafes with well, I don't like cafes. I don't like hanging around other people, to be honest with you, in social gathering places. Things like restaurants and cafes, you know, places that are meant to like relax. I don't find it relaxing if there's a bunch of other people around me. I'm just an asshole like that. I like socializing, but sort of like on my own terms. Maybe not like right now because there's a pandemic, but I mean like in general, cafes and all that shit, restaurants, movie theaters, I fucking hate those places. If you're new, Phil automatically is suspicious of you. Well, no, but sometimes people come in, Cody, like all the racists that have been coming in this stream, and then people out of nowhere come in and they just start asking odd questions, or they have weird names, and that's usually how it starts. And then sometimes I go, uh-huh, mm-hmm, I'm on to you, pal. But absolutely, I'm always suspicious of people. Absolutely. You better damn believe it. What landmark from your childhood was destroyed? Nothing? There's no landmarks. I'm starting to wonder if Jerome is, and it's funny enough that his name is Lipson. Because there was a person called Lionel Gibson or something like that. Used to ask the most fucked up questions ever. And I banned him twice. And now the name's a little bit similar. I'm just saying. There's some very undeniable, striking similarities in the way his speech is. I don't do vacations, no. Jerome, oh boy, not too sure. I would probably... How the fuck do I get up here? Probably the biggest thing I would have done is just not get into the bullshit that I got myself into. Like the nasty bullshit. I would have avoided all the poisonous people that I've met in my life. And when YouTube first launched, I would have gone apeshit all over YouTube the first day it came out. So that by the time I'd be sitting here today, I'd easily be, without being cocky, I'd easily be at 100, 200,000 subs minimum. I mean, based on the rate that I've been growing at now for the past 2 years, I'm going to be at about 50,000 subscribers in a couple of years. So imagine had I been doing this from day one, 15 years ago. It's absolutely not ludicrous to think that I could easily be, easily a couple of 100,000 subs. So I would probably be much better off today, which means I would have gotten off disability a lot earlier. So those are some of the things I would have done differently. I don't cook. I do not cook. Alright, so I am kind of lost, but not really. These are some of the small things that sometimes drive me crazy. Oh, come on. If my phone goes off again... Like I'm trying to stream here, for fuck's sakes. Alright. I'm going to ignore the chat 100%. Because... See, this could have been a path here, but it's not. And I can't fly. Because it's the new expansion. I know where I gotta go, I just don't know how to get up there. I know that there's like a bridge. So maybe I can't get up there from here. Some of the things that can drive me nuts about the game. Maybe we'll go this way. And I'm in stealth mode, so I can run by all these people. Oh, there. Fucking hell. This whole time I'm like running around. Ooh, wonder where it is. There we go.
I serve the Queen. On to the next task. The Weald welcomes you.
Nice. Main town is... yeah, it's a little bit of a distance. Not too bad. Oh, I don't know, Jerome. What pictures at the bottom? These are all my skills. Neither. I don't want to be married, period. Fuck that bullshit. A fly without jeepers. My goodness. Yeah, so probably for a while, at least for myself, for the next couple of weeks, I will probably, at least on my own, like I'm probably not always going to be doing this on stream. We'll just kind of see how it goes. But I'm going to be working on my story. And then, in turn, I think you unlock other abilities that makes your character a bit stronger. I still have to look into that. And then I'm going to get into doing Battlegrounds again. Because what makes this expansion unique from the other ones in recent memory is you can actually PvP to get gear. Yes, I know, revolutionary. You actually couldn't do that the last few expansions. It was actually pretty nasty. You had to PvE to PvP. That's fucking ridiculous. Oh, myself, I don't give a rat's ass about anybody else's future. I know that sounds like so rude, but I just... yeah, I wouldn't care about anybody else's future. And the first thing I would look at is how my live streams are doing 10 years from now. And if they're still at like 6 or 7 people, I'd be like, fuck this bitch. Right? And I would just stick with regular uploads.
A song to lift your spirits?
Because I have said that before, and I wasn't trying to be like dramatic or all like, but I have mentioned before, on the 1 year mark, when I live stream, and it's been 1 year, if I still can't average 10 to 15 people a stream, I might consider taking a very, very long break from streaming, or just doing it on the weekends, maybe once. So do like a Friday night stream or whatever, Saturday night stream, and just do it once a week and not spend so much time into beating a dead horse that's never going to wake up. Right? Because like I said, my channel is doing great. My streams aren't. So, just think, every minute I stream, I could be doing something productive on my channel. Not too sure, Jerome. Where the fuck did you come up with all these questions? You're hurting my brain. I'm gonna have to start ignoring them soon. I'm like, I came here to relax. And I feel like I'm being asked too much technical shit. Extend the wind field into spring to target location. No, I don't think I'm supposed to do anything like click raw strider. Click raw silk strider silk. Oh, silk strider grub, that's why, okay. Yeah, I'll just do a little bit of this and then I'll get the hell out of here. Would you rather live the next 10 years of your life in Russia or China? Absolutely China. I don't like Russia. Watch a bunch of people be all like, oh my god, he said something anti-Russian. Yeah, no, fuck their weather. I might as well stay in Canada. Well, I've already lost pretty much all my best friends and my friends in general, so that's a bit of a weird question for me to answer. A demolisher with OCD. What? A therapist with Tourette's. Hey, it can happen. Absolutely. Exclusive targets? I mean, I did a few of them. I don't remember which ones I did. I got the ninja one, you know? I forget if that's an elusive target or not, but... yeah, I did some stuff. Generally speaking, though, like I said before, if there's no weapons, if there's no suit, or anything cool for me to get, I don't bother. Especially now that I'm sub to World of Warcraft. Again, I don't want people thinking this is like a giant FU to all the other games now. That's not how this works at all. This is not at all how it works. This is just more, at least for the time being. Until something happens in a couple of days, something clicks in, and I just realize this isn't for me anymore. This is actually more of a test, like I said. I got tired of just wondering, and so I was like, use the Silk Strider Harp. Yeah, I think I've been fucking this up the whole time. There we go. It helps when you read your quests. There we go. I know, revolutionary, eh? Maybe I should have stayed in school a bit longer. But yeah, like I said, if I find this is too slow, or it takes away too much from, you know, other games that I want to play, you know, I'll just ditch it. I'll just have to come to terms with, you know, this just might not be the game for me after all, right? Even though it has been for like 17 years. I'd rather have body odor, because I'm not around anyone. And having body hair is nasty. It would save me from having to shave all the time from head to toe. And everywhere in between. Well, Cody, that's not funny. A donator with AIDS? The fuck? You would end up, like, fucking up a lot of people. There's escalations, but a new... elusive. An elusive exclusive target is an exclusive. The Connor just made up a new word. That's the kind of shit I normally do. Back off and get your own gimmick, Cody. Every month for a certain amount of time, yeah. I would rather find a suitcase with $5 million so that I could go and then buy my my number 10 with a great personality. You see what I did there? That's pretty cringy, eh? It's so hard to spell. Yeah, it's okay. It's okay, I have a learning disability. It doesn't mean you're dumb. You can actually be the most intelligent person in the world and still have a learning disability. People have a hard time separating intelligence with how well you learn. Same thing with the IQ. You can have a really high IQ. I feel like sometimes people forget what that actually means, IQ. It's your intelligence quotient. And I feel like sometimes people forget exactly what that fully entails. Right? Your ability to learn and be very knowledgeable. But what happens if you can't apply that knowledge and you're not wise, huh? You see what I'm saying? So you could end up having somebody who's got to work twice as hard to learn because he doesn't have as high of an IQ. So his brain isn't as much of a sponge absorbing everything, but he's much wiser. Who then is truly more intelligent? Wisdom and intelligence. All right, let's not get too philosophical now in the chat. It's going to hurt my brain. I don't know what the hell I was doing now. A fan that's also a sociopath. Never back off. Would you rather be feared by all or loved by all? Probably loved by all. And then hopefully they would love me so much they would all give me 50 cents. 25 cents. A penny. Imagine if everybody on Earth gave me a penny. All 7 billion people gave me a penny. Oof. I'd be one rich motherfucker. Yeah. Like I said, I might have dropped out of high school at an early age, but I'm no fucking dum-dum. Okay, so we've got those two there. Rose, let me go down here and see what's going on. Yeah, that's what I kind of figured. Might as well just get these out of the way. Yeah, I don't blame him. Probably. Probably Mars, just because I think there's more there to learn than the moon. I feel like we know everything there is to know about the moon. There isn't much more we need to know about it. Mars is still a little bit of that uncharted territory. You know what I mean? Plus, it's actually a place that could potentially be habitable. So we should make a habit of figuring out how to better inhabit the planet Mars. Fuck the moon. That's what I'm saying. Okay, did this work? Oh. I used the wrong item. I was like, where's that thing that it looks like they just shot out? There, it just literally took a shit on the ground. At least that's what it looks like to me, so that's my story. And I'm sticking to it. Who's a lesbian? Well, that's... I'm not touching that. I am not touching that. But they're lesbians. I mean, it's okay if they are. I'm just saying... Remember what I said before. I feel like subconsciously knowing how young people are in my stream usually, it's kind of ruined it for me. No offense. Because you know, like I've always said, my streams aren't meant for kids. And when I stream, it says right on there, not meant for kids. But unfortunately, who comes in? Kids. Yeah. You don't ever want some 40-year-old dude start talking about some weird shit when there's fucking 13-year-olds in the stream. That's fucking disgusting. I mean, there's probably some that would and they just wouldn't care, but I can't do that knowing that I have that knowledge, right? If I just didn't know, well, then it's easier to be oblivious to it, right? What's psycho? Is it really a psychopath test? That's funny. Jerome is trying to assess whether or not I'm a psychopath. I already have the medical report if you want it. It's like 15 pages long. Your primary psychopathy is about 80%. I was hiding the other 20%. No, I meant like I was going to say a joke about that. But I feel like I can't do that because it's just gross. Because of the age of the people in my fucking stream. That's what I meant by that. Right. Yeah, like in my uploads, I feel like it's a little bit different. It's kind of bizarre. It might sound borderline hypocritical, but I'm just being honest. So I'll give you an example. You know the game Animal Crossing, right? That kid-ish Nintendo game Animal Crossing. So I made a video on it a while ago, teaching like the basics. Again, my channel, my videos are not meant for children. And I guess at the end, because I'm cringy, I'm immature, I can admit it. Never claimed I was a good role model. I think there was like an item shaped like a banana. And I might have said it looked like something else. So this mother messages me and she goes, "That's great. I really enjoyed your video." Until the very end when I was hanging out with my 6-year-old kid and you said the word dildo. And I was like, girl, if you're offended by dildo and you're not offended by what's going on in schools, churches, the news, on your streets, outside your doors, but you're offended and your butt hurt by dildo? Seriously? And she just lost it. She's like, I can't believe you even would have made that comment. The whole video was fine the whole way through, but no, at the very end, you had to do that. And I was like, yeah, I did. That's just who I am. I am not a fucking kid YouTube channel. You know what I mean? Like, anyways. So for things like that, I don't feel bad. But live streaming, I feel like it's weird. No, I didn't say that, Raj. What? No one's forcing me to what? I'm confused now. No, I don't mind how old people are. I'm just saying as a joke. Because I consciously know. I feel like there's still a bit of a responsibility on my part. Like I said, I might curse here and there.
Greetings.
But it's another thing. Like
Now,
I said,
where did I put that?
the other subject matter is just not something I do. Like, that's just disgusting. They look like fairies trapped. Tornadoes. I might actually almost be done this one. What's the latest you've played video game? Like the latest AAA game kind of thing? Oh, that's fine, Adolfo. I missed your question earlier. Or I think you might have missed my question to your statement earlier. when you said, because I was curious about it, you were like, I'm African American, and then you said something about, is it racist? Something about Chinese, and I got really confused. I was like, what? Because there's like a lot going on in the chat. So I was having a hard time following the conversation. I think that's where you left. Silk production, it says. Okay, well, let's get them then. Yeah, so again, this is the story quest. It's a little bit slow. There could be a lot of world PvP going on, but I toggled that off, like I said earlier, to make it a little bit simpler. I think, like I said, being subscribed for a month will kind of help me figure out if this is something I even want to bother with long term. You would think, you know, after 17 years I'd be able to figure it out, but with this expansion, I kind of want to know if I want to bother or not. I want to see if the positive changes they've made endgame are enough to keep me hooked. Me, no, I got rid of my Xbox. I got too many consoles. I just have a Nintendo Switch, a PlayStation 5, and a computer. So that's what I got. Oh, I see. It just wants me to kill the enemies, I think. I don't have to collect anything from them. But I used to. I mean, I do have some Xbox games, if you will, that are on Play Anywhere. And I play them on my computer. Not too often, but... like State of Decay 2, I originally got when I had an Xbox. Forza Motorsport 7, Forza Horizon 4. Yeah, I'm gonna have to go. Supper time. Oh. Let me kick the shit out of these guys. No, I don't. Why would you think that, Jerome? I don't really think I'm a bear. I know that it's just my character in a fake virtual world. Delusional. Disorder. I'm a lot of things, but not that. Alright, I'm gonna hide here. And I think I'll come back a little bit later. Probably just slowly pick away at it, like I said. Work on the campaign for my character from the Covenant that I chose some months back when Shadowlands arrived. And I really think that's just the best thing for me to do. Just play a little bit every day, don't get stressed out, get a little bit caught up. The expansion is still fairly new. Just kind of get a better feel for it. And see if it's just something I still kind of enjoy doing. Which I'm sure I will. I just don't know if I will in comparison to doing all the other random games that I do. Oh, there's a lot of differences. Well, I mean, there's some similarities too, but yeah. Like, I've personally met people that had, like, delusions, like they thought they were somebody else. Met people that thought, you know, they were like Napoleon Bonaparte, things like that. Or they think they're Jesus, like they literally think they are Jesus Christ. They literally think it. That would be delusional, but that doesn't mean they're hallucinating, right? Because, right? I guess for the lack of a better term, you can say it's a type of hallucination. You're thinking something that's not there, just like a hallucination's a visual thing. You see something that's not really there. It is to you, but nobody else. It's like a state of mind that's not really there. Oh, Jerome, you're funny. That's because I have bipolar. I have OCD. I have oppositional defiance disorder. I have anger issues. I have a severe anxiety disorder. But all clumped together doesn't make me delusional. Actually, far from it. I am fully 100% coherent with what's going on. No, Jimmy, I'll talk to you later. Yeah, that's just my friend over there. See what I did there? That was me trying to be funny. So yes, it is possible that people with delusions have that, but yeah, no, I have far from that. What is this like? Hey Phil, how fucked up are you really? No, but I was. See, that's the thing, eh? Doctors, they're so quick to diagnose. A lot of my things came with years of studying. Autism, no. Then there was Asperger's. Asperger's. I still laugh at that stupid joke as Asperger, but I can't help it. Like every other immature idiot out there, they call it Asperger because that's what it sounds like, which is like on the spectrum of autism. There's some differences again. Then I was thought to have had Tourette's. Like, and that's the thing too, right? When you grow up, sometimes these doctors, they're just like hungry to like give you all these things, all these issues that you have. But before I got on my disability, they appointed some different psychiatrists and psychologists, right? Psychologist is like a psychiatrist, but without a degree in medicine, right? So I tried the medications, all that stuff to try to assess all the different issues. Oh, he seems to have a bunch of this. Oh my God, maybe he's got this one big thing, but it's not this one big thing. It's just he's got these separate, different, littler things. And together, it could make it look like he's got this bigger thing. And it could be complicated, right? The human brain, right? So that's why you go and you get a second, a third, a fourth opinion. I mean, man, I've seen like multiple psychologists and psychiatrists. I've been medicated on many different things over the years. And then they'll share like their notes and stuff like that and go, oh, I don't think he's got this. I think he just has that. And now all of a sudden, you're not all these things. You have this, supposedly. But no, it's been pretty concrete. I mean, I'm sure I may have some few other things here and there, but I was here. Hello, J-Boss. How's it going? Well, there's a pandemic going on, Jerome. I'm just saying. And in closing, before I go, let me share with you another boring story. Because I have reasons for everything. Maybe that's another disorder. So the reason I'm in self-isolation, that doesn't mean I'm delusional. But like I've mentioned before, I've been clean off of drugs and alcohol for 20 years. This year, literally, was 20 years. So January that just went by was 20 years that I quit the drinking. Then the month after, February, that is this month, actually a couple of weeks ago, was 20 years that I quit drugs. Most of my life was around drugs and alcohol, whether it was from my parents or older friends that I had that were terrible influences. I mean, I used to get drunk when I was 5 years old. Okay? So by the time I became legal drinking age, more or less, I was already done. You know what I mean? I was sick and tired. So I quit. Well, what do you think happened to my social circle? Ah, come on, bro. Mind you, back then people didn't bro me. It was, come on, dude. Because it was like the early 2000s, late 90s. No Canadians called each other bros, but it's 2021, so I'm modernizing the speech. And I was like, look, man, we can hang out. You can smoke your weed. You can drink your whiskey. I am done. But come on, you were like the light of the party. You were like that funny guy. You'd get hammered and just blah, 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 blah. And I'm like, there's more to life than that. So, am I really that delusional? You know what I mean? I realized that there's more to life than just sex, drugs, and rock and roll kind of thing. So I gave it all up. And by that point, like I said, I was 20 years old. I was working part time, which wasn't enough money to sustain me. And I was on welfare at the time because I couldn't actually get a full time job. There just was none. And I had just moved across the country, had nowhere to live. And yes, I had prior arrangements to live somewhere, but they fell through, and I was left stranded, sleeping in my car that broke down conveniently the first fucking day I came back. Drove across the country, my car dies the first day I'm here, and I have nowhere to go. I'm told, yeah, you can't live here. Oh my God, right? So everything just kind of happened so fast. Anyway, so I got a job, but I couldn't get a full-time one. And then things were just, not going well the few years before that. And there were just subtle changes. And that's when I started talking to doctors and going, I'm having an issue with this, having an issue with that. And they're the ones that went, oh yeah, you have this, you have that. We'll apply you for disability. Okay, right? It's not like I woke up one day and went, I'm kind of bored, I'm lazy. I think I'll just apply for disability. Because a lot of people, they think that's how it works. Yeah, it's not how it works at all. Yeah, some people like giving diagnoses. Oh, that's fine. Well, I think I might have a different See, to me, delusional is me thinking I'm Jesus, or I think I could become, the US president someday. Well, first of all, I'm not American. I'm not a naturally born American citizen. So that could never happen. Me believing any of Donald Trump's line. That's right. It's the end of the stream, folks. It's getting a little political now. People that believe in QAnon, whatever the hell that stupid conspiracy is, from the Trump supporters, to me, that's delusional. Alex Jones. Oh my God, Alex Jones, the right-wing nutbar conspiracy theorist. He's delusional. Everything's a conspiracy. Sandy Hook, where a bunch of kids were fucking massacred, it never happened. It never happened. They're crisis actors. Like, he's fucking wacko. So yeah. So if I'm fucking delusional, oh boy, what are these other people, right? Yeah. Well, if everything's some a kind of delusion, yeah, like I said, I must have a different interpretation of what the word delusional is, because to me, delusional would be that. Delusional would be like the electric wires that are outside that go from building to building have little pods in them, and the CIA is listening in on you, and they're emitting like these types of frequencies so they can mind control you. Which, by the way, I had a friend who thought that, and he actually killed himself because of it. So it's not a joke, it's a serious thing. That to me is the epitome of being delusional. You know what I mean? Right. Yeah. I absolutely don't have that at all. Right. Absolutely. Yeah. And delusions can also be misdiagnosed with people that have paranoia. So I have a little bit of paranoia, but I don't suffer from the delusions. I know that the CIA is not listening in on me. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. Yeah, I know what they are. I said I dropped out of high school, not elementary school. I do have the basic knowledge of what these things mean. Heisenberg genetic. Not too bad, but unfortunately, I gotta go. It's supper time, and my ass cheeks feel like they're gonna fall off my ass. Because this chair is garbage. But yeah. Thanks for stopping by, for everyone that's in here. Unlikely I'll be back tonight. There's a super small chance I could. Probably won't, though. I'm probably just going to tackle this on my own a little bit, get a little bit more familiar with where I'm at in my story. And I'll probably be back tomorrow. I look like I'm not standing. Not even close. I've been sitting, I could promise you. Oh, yeah. Yeah, those extreme things are pretty rare. But yeah. All right. It's been nice chatting. I will more than likely be around tomorrow. I want to say maybe around between 4 and 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time to be on the safe side. If I have some time beforehand, I guess I will as well. But yeah. All right.